All right, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Corn Nation. Corny heads.
Corn heads.
Corny heads or corn heads?
Corn heads.
All right. I popped a lifesaver right before we did this, and that was not a good idea because all the listeners are going to hear my suckles.
They heard me chewing really loudly just a second ago.
What are you chewing on?
Sour Patch Kids.
As before, we have a camera over here, so we're going to be looking at ourselves while we do this.
But while looking at you.
What are we doing today, Mac Diddy?
Well, we got a lot of complaints about how Aaron had not watched Iron Man. So what did we do? Tell them what you did.
Well, I watched Iron Man.
And I watched most of Iron Man.
To be fair, though,
I've seen the movie a lot.
This is my first go at it.
His first time. Iron Man.
Presented by Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Also,
Iron Man.
I haven't told you any of my first reactions to it at all.
Just so we can confirm we own it. It's not just a printed box. It says Iron Man on.
Corny boys do, in fact,
Iron Man.
Iron of the Man. Before we dive in, do you think going in that I was going to like this or hate it?
I think you were going to put it in the middle.
Middle of the pack?
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I've probably only seen about 50% of.
Right. So I thought it was going to be right in the middle for you.
Okay.
Where was it? You didn't like it.
I did not like it.
Oh, no.
I did not like it.
You just said you didn't like Iron Man on a Marvel movie podcast. We're about to get crucified.
I didn't like it.
Everyone's going to go, how did you not like Iron Man?
Here's the thing. Well, that's not how our viewers sound.
Excuse me, dear good sir. How did you not appreciate the subtleties and nuances of Iron Man?
Of the MCU.
Of the MCU.
It was... Okay, I could be an idiot.
Well, given.
I didn't get it. I didn't understand half of it.
What didn't you get?
I don't understand Jeff Bridges. I don't understand what he was doing and why he was doing it.
He wanted the company.
Yeah, so he set out to murder...
He hired terrorists to kidnap Tony Stark.
Right.
And kill him.
Okay. Why not just murder him? First of all, why not just kill him?
You get caught.
Second of all, the terrorists wanted him to build a weapon.
Yeah.
Why did Jeff Bridges want Iron Man to build a weapon that they already have?
Well, the terrorists wanted it. Jeff Bridges was just like, I just need you to kidnap Tony Stark.
So you're telling me behind the scenes, Jeff Bridges went to the terrorists and said, hey, I want you to kill...
The 10 rings.
The 10 rings.
They're called the 10 rings.
And I want you to kill Tony Stark. And they didn't go, okay, well, give us a weapon in return. They were just like, yeah, we'll do it. And I guess we'll kidnap him and make
Jeff Bridges has been giving them weapons. That's how they've probably gotten the weapons.
So then why are the terrorists wanting Iron Man to build a weapon when Jeff Bridges can just give them the weapon?
There's probably only one of the Jericho missile. And only Tony Stark knows how to build it.
No, later in the movie they show a picture of the missiles.
I don't know, man. You're yelling at the wrong person. I didn't make the movie.
So that didn't make any sense. So I was confused about his motive the whole time.
Okay. What else didn't you get? So he puts on a suit of armor and he fights crime.
No, he doesn't fight crime.
And he murders a lot of terrorists.
Also, why did Jeff Bridges want the iron suit to destroy Iron Man with it? What was he mad about Iron Man?
He just wanted an Iron Man suit. Do you want an Iron Man suit? Who wouldn't want an Iron Man suit?
No,
he couldn't fit into Tony Stark's Iron Man suit. He's bigger.
So he created one?
Yeah.
Just to destroy everything?
Well, he wanted an Iron Man suit and to get rid of Tony Stark. I don't think you understand motivation. He wanted to get rid of Tony Stark.
So the only way to get rid of Tony Stark was create this huge iron, what's the Hulk version? Hulk Smasher?
The Hulkbuster?
Hulkbuster.
Well, in the comics, he's Ironmonger and he's got the bigger suit.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
And in the movie, he says we're an Ironmonger, and you're like, oh my god, he said it.
I just didn't. But he wasn't trying to do anything.
Yeah, he was.
His main goal was just to kill Iron Man.
So he could have the company.
Why didn't he just... I realize we're talking about a Marvel movie, but...
Why didn't he just kill him himself so that the evidence would be clearly implanted against him?
So I'll see. The fix for that is to build this weapon that he uses, and other people know that he's using it, to break out and kill him.
Iron Man.
It didn't... The whole movie didn't make any sense.
Remember when he kept the documents on his computer so Pepper Potts could go in and hack and be like, he typed a Word document. Oh, I hate Tony Stark. I really want to kill Tony. I wish I could kill Tony Stark.
There was the terrorists were speaking.
Yeah.
And she's like, "What is? I don't know what she's saying." She types in translate, and the translation is like in like this accent. So you're telling me there's a program that translates Arabic, and it's just a guy with an Arabic accent immediately talking back?
Yeah. It exists. Tony built it. There's a lot of technologies here that I'm like, look at how futuristic that looks. And then at the beginning of the movie, the guy has a digital camera, and I went, whoa, this movie's old.
Yeah, do you see Tony Stark's phone?
When he had the phone flipped open, I was like, oh, that looks disgusting.
Dude, this came out in 2008.
When he pulled out the digital camera, I was like, why not just take it on your... Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. 2008. For that, I think it looked pretty good.
Right. For the time it came
2008, I'm actually pretty impressed with how it looked.
Did you have a cool phone? Did you have a flip phone in 2008?
2008. How old were we in 2008?
8th grade?
I had a Sidekick. Do you remember Sidekicks?
I do remember Sidekick.
Flip open. I thought I was the coolest. I'd be like, get a phone call, but hang on. Hello?
I didn't have a cool phone for a long time. I had a Nokia in middle school. The
Like
bricks.
the bricks?
Yeah, the bricks. I used to drop that thing all the time. Never broke. And the battery life, it was incredible. I was like, I haven't charged this in a few days.
Did it at least flip open, or was it?
Nope.
Literally just
it was the brick. It was my brother's phone.
Oh, it was a hand-me-down phone?
And then he got a better one. And so...
The Razor?
I did eventually have a Razor when they weren't cool anymore. I had a Razor.
No.
I had a Razor in 9th and 10th grade.
Oh, you missed the...
Yeah. No, it wasn't cool. Bill's like, oh, hold on. And I flipped it open. People were like, we all have touchscreen phones now.
Yeah, 9th grade is when those started.
Yeah. And then in like the end of 10th grade, I got one that opened up and had a type keyboard. And they were like, again, we all have touchscreen phones now. And I'm like, yeah, but watch this.
I do miss... This makes me sound like I'm 55, but I miss like a physical keyboard.
You miss keys? I miss feeling the touch underneath my thumbs.
The pressing.
Ooh.
Do you remember this? Oh man, we're going to lose a bunch of listeners on this one. Do you remember there was a phone called the BlackBerry Storm? And it was a touchscreen, but if you press hard enough, it would click. So it was like a hybrid.
Wow.
Oh man.
That was your cool... So you really liked BlackBerry.
Oh, dude, I loved I had lots of Blackberries.
Remember when Blackberries were cool for a year? That was awesome.
Dude, I had all types of Blackberries.
You had they had the ball in it, and you could.
My first one was the ball. The other one was like a touchpad in the middle. Dude, that was cool.
You were cool. I can tell. You would have made fun of my phone. One time, I was at a party, and like my phone fell out of my pocket, and some kid went, whose old ass phone is this? I didn't even have to turn around. I was just like, that's mine. And then there it was. It was my brick of a phone. And I was like, right here.
No wonder you turned out the way you did.
Right here. Yeah. Oh, I've got bad luck with phones, man.
Well, it took you a long time to get an iPhone.
I know. I didn't get an iPhone until I was a senior in college.
No, we were in college.
Yeah.
What did you have before that? Some like...
It's called a Kyocera. It was somewhat waterproof.
Dude, what? Why did it take you so long to?
It was waterproof. I could have it in my pocket when I got in the pool. It would get wet sometimes. Like, I know where it's waterproof, and then it broke.
But then when you did get an iPhone, it was like
it was an old one.
It was like a really old one.
Yeah, no, like the iPhone. I think like 9 was out, and I had a 6. It's okay. I have an 8 something right now.
Oh, I'm proud of you.
Yeah. Well, it's only because my iPhone 6 broke.
Dude, just get it. You have a big boy job now. You should buy a phone.
I have one. It works. Listen, I'm not gonna get a new phone when I have a phone that works.
Do you still have a button on your phone? Oh, ew.
You don't have a button?
Nah, dude. I'm straight up glass, baby.
Oh, okay.
It reads my face. It goes, oh, look at that face.
So I could get a picture of you and break into your phone.
I don't think it works like
You'd
that.
have to get a picture. You can't. I don't have any pictures of just my
murder
thumbs.
you and cut your thumb off. Or I could just cut your thumb off.
You just cut, so you don't have to kill me to cut my thumb off. Not even my whole thumb, just like the skin.
Or I'll do like the Mission Impossible where you like set the thumbprint. And
Anytime in a spy movie where they do fingerprint stuff, I'm like, oh, that's so cool. And then I'm like, it probably doesn't work.
No.
Did you ever have a spy kit when you were a kid?
A spy kit?
Yeah, they had little spy kits where it had like a
magic kit, but with spy
yeah,
stuff.
it was that. That's exactly what it was. It was a bunch of lame stuff. It was like invisible ink. It had like a seeing looking glass, a spy glass.
Dude, I didn't know this was a thing.
Yeah.
You had those?
No, I didn't have either. I didn't get a magic kit or a spy kit, but my friends did. I was like, damn, that's so cool.
Go on spy adventures together?
No, I always had a lame phone.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, and then I had bad luck with them. Like one time I put it on top of my car to mess with something, forgot to take it off the top, and it flew into the road.
No wonder your mom didn't buy you phones.
My mom
she knew
got
you would...
so mad at me.
Was it a nice phone? Like, was it an upgraded phone for you?
For me, yeah, but again, remember I had a Nokia and then a Razr. So for me, like...
Hey, Razrs were cool. Not when you had it, but
yeah,
cool.
For me, like, any sort of phone was an upgrade, so... Yeah, that one broke, and then I got a new one. Well, not new. I got another hand-me-down one. And then I lost that at Six Flags.
Doing what?
You're not going to like what I lost it on. You know the Monster Mansion ride? The boat ride?
Oh my gosh.
It fell out of my pocket, and I got off, and someone else got in the boat, saw a phone, and just started texting a bunch of people.
No way!
Yeah.
Did you get it back?
No. No, I never got it back. I got to school the next day, and people were like, you better have lost your phone. And I was like, why? And they went, you texted me some nasty things.
That's amazing because phones now have passwords, so that means yours was just like straight up.
It was not, no password. He was just able to go, oh, look. He's like, every girl's name in this phone. And you can imagine some of the things he said. And, yeah.
That story would be great if you got the phone back. But it's such you didn't get the phone back.
I never got the phone back. Mm-mm.
Man, I wish you could still steal friends' phones and message people on them. It doesn't work like that anymore.
And then, well, now you can, but you just lie about it. You're like, oh, sorry, my friend took my phone. I didn't mean to text you that. Do you remember those?
That was my go-to asking a girl out.
Yeah, be like, do you want to go on a date? She's like, oh, I don't really like you like that. Oh my God, no, sorry.
I am so sorry.
Brad took my phone and texted you that. I would never ask you that.
Except in college, I had my laptop open.
Yeah.
And do you know the story? You know the
No.
story. I had my laptop open. I was with my bunch of cousins. And my Facebook was up.
Oh, yeah, no, I do know the story.
And there was this girl at Young Harris, where we went to school, and I thought she was really cute. He went and liked all her photos from like 10 years, just all the way through.
She's probably flattered. Like, wow.
So I did that thing. I was like, listen, I am so
she
sorry.
Was like,
that was my cousin.
Fucking right.
So she didn't respond. He goes on there and likes my message that I sent to her. So not only did she not respond to my message, then he liked
got
it.
Another notification.
I got scared and tried to delete the like and ended up hitting like again, which sent like a huge thumbs up in the message. And ever since then, she always avoided me on campus.
And now they're married. They're not. They're not married.
That was our love story.
That was
no.
You think she's listening?
Yeah, she's absolutely listening.
I wonder if any of the girls we've ever had crushes on are listening right now. Are you listening?
Call in.
Call in.
Call in.
Don't call in. I'm getting married. Don't call in.
I'm not. But if you had a crush on Macaulay,
if you had a crush on me,
call
Aaron.
I could, or you could be interested. It's not on me. It's not on me. It's on.
He's not like me, but maybe you are okay with that. Well, my exes, because they clearly didn't like me, maybe they'd like you.
Well, did you break up with them or did they break up with you?
Sometimes both.
At the same time? You're like, 1, 2,
3. I'm talking to you. Yeah, we said the same thing. No. Like, I've broken up with some, and then some have broken up with me.
Okay.
Did you ever break up with anybody?
Yes.
Was it hard? Was it tough?
I can't tell if you're being sincere or you're like...
I want to know. I just genuinely want to know.
If you're leading in... I feel like you're baiting me into something. So I'm scared to answer.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not baiting you. I'm curious. The listeners want to know about
the past few. Not that we were like dating, and I'm sorry for all you women who are about to listen to this. And here's my apology.
They're not
to
listening
you.
to this.
The past couple who I've like dated but not gone out with, I'm too scared. I'm too much of a wuss is a polite way to say that.
Continue.
I'm too much of a wuss to break up with them, so I just ghost them. I mean, we could be talking.
You're just like, yeah.
And it's not like we were texting for like a few days, like Tinder. Like months go by, and I just one day just stop.
You like made plans? Hey, we're gonna meet at the fair on Saturday.
No,
like,
I never
Thursday,
I've never stood them up.
I don't want to do
and
that.
I always try to like wean it, like texting.
Wean them off of you because you're so addictive.
No. I'm not good at texting.
I'm making you look like such a bad person. But he's single. He is single. So again, if you had a crush on us, let us know.
Yeah, go ahead and call in.
And if it was on me, I'm just gonna transfer you over to Aaron's inbox.
Do you mind if I get a Sour Patch Kid?
What flavor do you want? This is important. Well, I've got all the flavors. I just opened this bag.
You know what? Surprise me. I'm gonna close my eyes, put it in my hand. I'm gonna tell you what flavor.
I'm gonna give you one of the best flavors.
But show the audience, and for those who are listening, show the microphone so they can listen to the flavor.
Do you see it? Feel it? You hear it?
You feel it? Oh, put it in my hand. All right. Oh, it's cold.
I freeze them.
Oh, you freeze
Those of you at home, I'm gonna change your life. Get Sour Patch Kids, put them in the freezer. They're gonna be tough and hard, and you can just suckle on them.
Oh, they can for sure hear me sucking. Little ASMR.
Mm-hmm.
Cherry?
Cherry. It
Red?
was blue. You never called them by the flavor. You called them by the color.
This is blue?
That's blue. Probably blue raspberry or something. I don't know. I don't know the color. I don't know the flavors. For all I know, they're all the same. They just food dye 'em. Do you know that's what they do with Skittles? I think like all Skittles are actually the same flavor.
No.
I think so.
Next podcast, we're testing that theory.
The Skittles. The Skittles podcast.
Our 10 viewers.
Oh! Subscribers.
Our 10 subscribers. We got a plaque.
We got a plaque from YouTube.
YouTube today.
We made it.
I made 10 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for your support.
It wouldn't be possible without you. We could be more. If you're not a subscriber, why the fuck not? I'm just kidding.
But
JK, but no, seriously.
But like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
All you people who pass this and watch it, just like it or subscribe or do something. Don't just sit there and watch it and not do anything about it.
You could share it with a friend too. Share it. In fact,
Share
you
with
only
friends.
have to do one thing.
It's
You
like
either have to like it, or you have to subscribe, or you have to share with a friend. I have an idea. Right? Hear me out.
I'm listening.
We, you and me, but we get 5 people to subscribe each.
Okay. Yeah.
They then have to get 5 people each to and then those 5 people have to get 5 people.
5 people under them.
Yes, it would be like a triangle plan, a triangle trick,
A
triangle trick, because they're getting their friends to subscribe and watch and like it.
And their 5 friends.
And their friends have to get 5 friends, and it's a triangle. It's a triangle.
That's what happens when you make it to the very bottom where nobody can ask anybody else because everybody else has already subscribed.
We've done it. We've won YouTube.
I'm gonna win YouTube. We're gonna win YouTube.
Yeah, I was kind of. When are you getting rid of me? Is it episode 301?
Episode 301. I'm gonna move on to someone younger and prettier.
Really?
But it's not personal. You understand.
Yeah, I know. I'm currently looking for your replacement. We're doing interviews. So if you want to be on a podcast, submit your... Oh, I don't want... Can you not listen to this next part? I don't want you to submit...
Yeah, I'll look away.
Yeah, just email me, and we'll do auditions soon. All right, you can come back in.
Do you think people are still listening? Who do you think tuned into this thinking they were going to get Iron Man talk? Like 20 minutes in, they're like, when the fuck are they going to talk
We talked about Iron Man a little bit.
So that's true. That's true.
Then we got distracted because this movie's old. Iron Man.
Interesting enough, I did not know this. Big old fat Paramount.
Yeah.
Was at the start.
Mm-hmm.
how does that work? Did Paramount sell the rights of Iron Man to
I think
Disney?
eventually Disney purchased Marvel. I think by Avengers.
Paramount owned MCU?
I think originally. Clearly.
Well, I don't know if there's like an individual asset.
Paramount. Right there.
It's Paramount!
I think by Avengers it was Disney that had it.
Oh, so leading up to that, Paramount was doing all these?
Paramount did this. Universal did the Incredible Hulk.
I forgot Universal did, because that's why.
Because you can't, you can't. The MCU's not allowed to make a Hulk solo film. He's only allowed to be.
I'm surprised they haven't done a Spider-Man something.
A Spider-Man movie? It's wild. I can't believe they haven't done a Spider-Man movie yet. Or 3 of them. Like 3 different times. They didn't try it 3 different times. Choking.
You think they like listening to that?
Oh, I'm supposed to do it off camera. I can't wait for you to edit and have to listen to me loudly scream coughing.
Dude, there's no way anyone is listening to this episode.
You say that about every episode, and then here we are.
Iron 10 subscribers. Iron Man and the Curse of the Wild.
Iron Man and the Curse of the Iron Man.
And the Iron Fist?
No, Iron Fist isn't in this one. That's the show. That's the show.
So also, how was he building all this with the camera on him and all the 10 terrorists were like, oh, that's cool.
They didn't know what was going on because at one point they're looking at it and he goes, this doesn't look anything like the picture. It's like when you're building a puzzle and you're like, this is completely wrong. And he's like, no, it's just backwards. And they're like, yeah, it's fine. So I think this movie is just trying to show you how incompetent the terrorists are.
Hold on.
They're literally said in the movie, this doesn't look like the picture. And he goes, no, it's backwards. That's a lie.
I have a fundamental question about Iron Man. I thought if he didn't have this heart thing, he would die instantly.
Okay.
But that's not the case.
You haven't watched them all, have you?
It's just to prevent some metal getting lodged into his heart. So, 2 questions.
Wait, you know if the metal went into his heart, he would die.
Yes, but he's like, oh, it could be a week. It could be 2 weeks. Okay, so that's how they set it up.
Okay.
He goes home where there's hospitals, and surely they could just operate. Or if they couldn't, lay the foundation and say it's inoperable, but they just never addressed it. So he could have gone home and gotten proper surgery. The second thing is, when that one gets out of his body, he's like dying and crawling on the floor. He has a week. He has a week to survive.
No.
And the moment it's ripped out of his chest, he's crawling.
He said maybe a week. He doesn't know.
Oh my gosh. Also, it's not like when you put it back in, think about a heart and if there's metal in it. If you tear it out, the metal's going to like inch its way into the heart. If you put it back in, it's going to push him back out. So his heart's just like a saw, just metal's just going in and out of his heart.
You went to film school, not medical school.
I'm just saying, it doesn't make sense. It would make sense. Here's an easy way to fix this. When he's in the cave, just like you have to have that to survive. If it's taken out, you have a minute to survive. But they're like, oh, you got a week. And the moment it's out of him, he's like, I'm dying. I can't make it. I'm like, it's been out of your body for maybe 5 minutes.
I'm going to put some metal in your heart. And let's see, I'm going to be like, the cure is over there. And I'm going to watch you crawl across the room. And we're going to record it and post it on our Instagram. And
just go to the hospital. Why didn't he go see a doctor?
Well, you haven't watched all these movies yet.
I'm talking about the first one. They didn't. Right. They just set it up.
He eventually goes to get it removed.
It took him that long.
Well,
to go see a doctor.
It's the character's journey.
He becomes
because
Iron Man.
Now he's like, oh, I like being Iron Man. This is dope.
Okay, I'm gonna keep harping on this movie. I love origin story movies. That's why I love Spider-Man. That's why The Amazing Spider-Man I was all for. I just like origin stories. Star-Lord.
It's called the Guardians. The Guardians of the Galaxy.
The Guardians of the Guardians. This is not an origin story. I know what you're thinking. It is an origin story. I understand. They moved so quickly through everything, he was finally Iron Man at the end for saving... Who did he save?
The world. He killed all those terrorists. In the middle of the movie, he goes.
There are soldiers who have killed more terrorists in that universe.
Yeah, but not those terrorists that he killed.
He didn't save the day.
He did.
There was a monster, or big iron guy, whose only purpose was to kill him. He saved nobody but himself.
But after he killed him,
and
he would have made
regarded
weapons.
Him...
He would have made weapons that would have gone and killed everybody else.
So he's the superhero Iron Man because he saved himself from a villain. Nobody else, just himself. And because he stopped making weapons. Yes. Except for his suit, which is a weapon.
Oh, it's a defense. It's called armor.
So to me, he's not a superhero yet.
You know who you would love? Captain America literally says all of this in the Avengers movie. He's like, you only care about yourself, bitch.
But why do people consider him why do people consider him later on, because I've seen others, I see him as a superhero. This movie does not scream. It's the very last 2 minutes of the film. He's like, "Oh, Iron Man. I like it."
When does he say that? This Iron Man. Yes, I like it.
Yes, indeed. There's better origin stories. This was not one of them.
Which ones do you like more?
It was a 2-hour movie that moved too quick, is the best way I can put it.
Didn't feel.
And why was there a doctor in the cave?
They kidnapped him to do doctor stuff. He was also like a scientist because he did other stuff.
Yeah, well, he built a heart thing for him.
Yeah.
It just wasn't good. It wasn't good all around. I would put it on the bottom of my list. Not the bottom, but closest to the bottom, for sure.
See, and that's the problem. You've seen 50% of these. So what if happens when the other 50% are worse? And you're like, oh, God, that's in the middle. And then I'm going to be right.
You might be right, but as of right now, it's towards the bottom.
Let's go. You've now seen Iron Man.
I've seen Iron Man.
Have you seen the Hulk? The Incredible Hulk?
I have. I don't remember anything about it, so I would have to give it a watch.
Iron Man 2. I'm going to guess you haven't seen that.
Absolutely. I haven't seen any of Iron Man.
Thor.
Nope.
Captain America.
Nope.
Avengers.
Yes.
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm going to hold up a finger for everyone he's seen so far.
Are you going in order?
Yeah.
Okay.
Iron Man 3.
No.
Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
Yes. I just don't remember it.
After Captain America. Oh, no, it would have been Thor the Dark World before.
No.
So Thor the Dark World was after Iron Man 3.
Yeah, no.
Captain America you've seen. After Captain America, Guardians.
Yes.
Avengers Age of Ultron. I know you've seen that because we saw that one together.
Yeah.
After Age of Ultron, Ant-Man.
Ant-Man I've seen. See? 6.
We're up to 6. After Ant-Man, we had... I gotta think. Oh, it's behind me.
Do you see some kind of correlation, though, before we continue? You see how I'm starting to pick up more and more? Guess when that was?
When
we were all in college
together. When we became friends? Am I the reason you started watching these?
Yes.
That's really
well,
sweet.
Literally, you're the reason I watched Iron Man today. I mean...
the listeners are the reason you watched Iron Man today.
Yes. Sorry,
and
listeners.
I also watched Iron Man today.
He did not. He didn't do his freaking homework. I was the one who had to watch it.
Are you saying I didn't watch any of Iron Man today?
You scrubbed through it while you were eating a burrito.
That's not true. I was eating a burrito
And
bowl.
hear me out, listeners. I wanted to have a nice sit-down dinner with my pal. Maybe to discuss the podcast. Maybe to discuss life. But you know what he had to do? Watch Iron Man.
We could have talked. I've seen the movie. I just needed a few refreshers. I took some notes.
I took some notes too.
See? Aren't you glad that I watched some of this? We're not done with you yet, though. Civil War you've seen, so we're at 7. Have you seen Doctor Strange?
Yes.
8. Guardians 2.
Yes.
9.
Not a good movie.
Spider-Man. Homecoming.
Yes.
10.
See, these are all I'm seeing with you in college.
Yeah. Thor Ragnarok would be 11.
Yep.
Black Panther 12. Infinity War. So yeah, it was literally like right after we met that you started watching.
I've seen most of them since then.
Wow. Well, I got a bad thing to tell you about the first half of the list.
Not
the
very
two
good.
Thors are very bad. Iron Man 2 people don't like. Maybe you like it more.
Is there an Iron Man 3?
There is an Iron Man 3.
Is that any good?
It's my least favorite Iron Man movie.
What's your least favorite Marvel film?
Marvel movie? I have a list.
I'll tell you mine. While you're looking.
I'm going to guess what yours is.
Okay, guess.
It's Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel is the worst movie ever made on planet Earth. Take it outside of the MCU. It is just a terrible, terrible movie.
But Aaron, tell us why it's so terrible.
Everything about it. The setup, the story, the acting. It's not good.
Yeah, but remember, she falls into a Blockbuster video because it's in the 90s.
Yeah. That makes it so...
They were like, yeah, do you remember the 90s? And everyone was like, 90s were a cool time.
90s were a
Only
blast.
thing that could have made it more 90s is if Will Smith did a rap in the middle. And everyone would be like, oh, Fresh
a
Prince.
little too soon on Will Smith.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I said rap, not a slap.
Oh.
Yeah, you misheard. Rap, not slap.
Sorry.
My bad.
All right, give me your...
It's the Incredible Hulk movie.
Really?
Yeah,
With Ed Norton?
Yeah.
I had the Incredible Hulk game on GameCube.
Really?
Does that count?
The Ultimate Destruction one? Did you just get to...
Yeah, you
destroy
just
a bunch of stuff?
destroyed everything.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was a fun game. But I have a hot take.
Hot take.
The Incredible Hulk is just a sequel or remake of Fight Club. Edward Norton has a different personality that comes out sometimes. He likes to fight and destroy society.
What happened? Why didn't he... Did they kick him out, or did he not want to do Hulk anymore?
Maybe a little bit of both.
I'm going to eat this while you talk.
Okay. The plastic?
You're supposed to know a lot about Marvel. You don't know a whole lot.
Yeah, I don't know anything.
That was mean. You do. You know a lot.
I know. Me know nothing about Marvel. Me dumb, stupid boy.
No, you know a lot. I'm just angry
At
that
Iron
you didn't
Man?
watch Iron Man.
I watched most of Iron Man. I got to he was fighting those terrorists, which is why I'm constituting that he did fight crime. He killed he killed people in this movie. And you're gonna say, no, we didn't see it. He literally, in the beginning, burns their little camp, and I'm like, there's people that were probably unconscious in there that he was like, burn.
Yeah, no, he
murdered people. But I feel like most of them murder people. Like, at times, Captain America's like, oh, we shouldn't. It's wrong to kill. And then they'll, like, kick a guy off the side of a boat. And you're like, he's dead. You broke his spine with the kick, and now he can't swim. He drowned. You're a menace.
Yeah, most of the people they fight are dead.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, no, we didn't. No, they're dead.
Crazy time to be alive. Now, on to the notes.
Wait, I have one more bad thing to say about this, and then
we can keep complaining about it. I'm just gonna go to my notes. I'm gonna have them there.
There's in the beginning,
God created the heavens and the earth. Oh, you can tell we went to a Christian college.
We start the movie. 5 minutes into it. You don't have to sneak it. You can eat them.
I don't have to sneak what?
I'm eating candy too. You can eat candy all you want.
I'm not eating any candy.
Show me your mouth.
It's my medicine. It's my medicine. It's my medicine.
Open your mouth. Open it. All right. You're not eating anything, are you?
No.
Okay, good. Anyway, what was
It's my new medicine.
For your hemorrhoids?
Yeah. It's called In My Ass.
What's in my ass?
Got him.
Well, folks, that's all the time we have tonight. Thanks for coming out.
And if you didn't hear, he said, "What's in my ass?" Everybody find that clip and just put whatever you want in there. Your
My ass?
Yeah.
Can I say what I hate about this movie?
Yeah.
First 5 minutes. They're like, here he is. And then there's a big explosion. And they go back in time. In that time, they spend the next 5 minutes with this huge exposition of when he was born, who he is, how he got to be where he was. It was the dumbest way to give character development of all time.
You wanted to watch all that happen?
Some of it. Or have it happen in conversation, not a narration voice, because you're telling me all these people at this gala or award ceremony was like, I don't know who this guy is. And their universe, they know who he is. So they're not going to sit and watch a 5-minute documentary about who he is.
He was winning an award, and so they were like, this is, like whenever someone gets whenever you go to like a commencement speech, and they're like, for those of you that don't, do you remember, who was yours? Hank Aaron.
Hank Aaron, yeah.
They're like, this is Hank Aaron. He played baseball. Here's everything he did. But I'm like,
no.
Everyone in the room knows who Hank Aaron is. Then he spoke, and you were like, maybe you weren't the speaker that we should have picked.
Listen, that's fine, and again, it's a movie, so I understand why they did it. I totally get why they did it. It set up the character, which is fine, because we needed to know that information. But it was a lazy way to do it. It's lazy writing. We always go back to just... Marvel is lazy writing. And the problem is, they don't have to be lazy. They are good filmmakers. Jon Favreau.
Clearly not, because you hate everything they do.
No, they just know they can get away with it, so they do it. So I don't blame them. I just want them to do better. Do better. Do better.
Iron Man.
Iron Dude.
Iron Guy. Iron Manster.
Manchester by the Sea. You ever seen that movie?
No.
Very good. When are we going to watch a movie that I like?
Never.
Oh, I know. Because you won't watch it, even though it's your freaking homework. Well, that's all the time we have tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Did you rewatch Spider-Man?
Did you?
Yeah, how does my ass taste?
Did you rewatch it?
I watched the first half of it a week before our podcast episode.
Hey, I went and saw Doctor Strange.
I also went and saw Doctor Strange.
I saw it for the podcast.
You would have seen it.
Eventually, but I went and saw it that day for that.
All right, I'll watch our next movie that we do one on. Do you want to pick? Do you want to?
We should have the listeners pick. Do you think anyone will actually put in anything?
Pick a movie.
Pick a movie and put it in our comments right now.
And
Here's
what I'll promise you. Maybe not next week, but maybe the week after, we'll do one on that one.
Why? What are you scared of?
Well, if they comment on one, if they're like, oh, Friday, they're like, oh, you know what? You guys should watch this. And then, I'm busy. Yeah. So, eventually, we'll make your episode. Maybe, if we want.
Yeah, we don't have to. And if we don't want to, we won't.
We won't make your episode.
But we will, because I'm scared of our audience.
All 10 subscribers.
10 subscribers. I don't want to gloat, but I'm going to. We actually have 12. This is just a landmark that we've reached 10. Now, one of those subscribers is me.
One of the subscribers is me. So technically we are at 10 without the two of us.
And they were probably thinking that. I know our listeners. You were thinking...
You only have 8.
Oh, you only have 8.
No. You only have 8.
No, we have 12.
We have 12, so 10.
Okay.
Boom. Roasted.
And by next week, we'll probably have 13. Can you imagine 13 people?
That's too many people.
We might lose some. Do people unsubscribe?
Yeah. If you get canceled, if you say something like, I don't like Iron Man, people will unsubscribe.
I like Iron Man as a person. I don't like this movie.
Really? Did you like him as a person at the beginning? Because he was horrible at the beginning. He's like, I don't care. I'm rolling the dice.
I didn't go to my award.
I didn't get my award. And his friend, crazy, they were like, here's Terrence Howard. And then the next movie, they're like, you don't need to know.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that.
I can find out for you. I could have done this for all your questions. Riff.
Oh, yeah, I was watching the movie, and what's his character's name?
Rhodey.
I was like, I think this person is in later movies, but this isn't the same person. And sure enough, it's not. So my question is, why did they recast? Was it an actor decision, or was it a studio decision?
Oh, I was right.
What happened?
Why was Terrence Howard recast in Iron Man 2? Downey's salary increased dramatically to rumored $10 million, plus a cut of the back-end profits. That, in turn, led Marvel to drastically slash Howard's pay. To what the actor said, just $40,000 per film.
No way.
The internet wouldn't lie about that. I told you earlier. I was like, it was probably money.
Wow, but he should have stuck around because isn't what's his name getting his own
War Machine's gonna get his own stuff now. Yeah.
decisions, man.
Dude, it's crazy.
I mean, who could have ever predicted that it'd be this big? But even so, hindsight 2020.
So
baby.
Edward Norton experienced what he wanted to with the part, and he didn't want to have any association with one thing in any way that would degrade his effectiveness as an actor. So basically, he was in one of the bad Marvel movies and went, yeah, no, it's just because I felt it was going to take away from me as an actor.
Yeah, it was, I heard, you ever seen the movie Birdman?
Yeah.
The one-take movie?
Yeah.
Where he's in it? I heard that his character, Edward Norton's character, is written after how he is in real life, which is a total asshole.
I could see him being an asshole.
And I thought the same thing. I was like, I can see him being an asshole.
I could definitely see Edward Norton being an asshole.
We have a
Edward
visitor,
Norton, if you're there, call in.
and someone's breaking into our apartment.
We're just going to keep recording while they break in. Please don't steal any of our cool stuff.
Any of our belongings.
Oh my god, it's my dad.
It's my dad. He's gonna kick. He's gonna kick our
He's
ass.
gonna beat me up because I'm podcasting for a living. Did you quit your job yet?
Yeah, I quit last week.
I quit last week as well.
Really?
No, I didn't, which is why I didn't have time to watch Iron Man.
You told me we were quit together.
I got scared. It was kind of like when we talked about dumping someone. It's like you're dumping an employer. I'm like, ooh. So I just ghost them. I just take a new job and start doing it and just calling out. And they're like, where have you been? Your shift started an hour ago. And I don't answer. And like a month later, I'll write and be like, hey, how are you doing? You up? Like,
your boss texts you up?
You up? No, I text them. You up? I deleted your number. Then how did you know it was me?
You up?
You up? That's what I do with employers. I've got like 4 jobs right now. I didn't know which one to commit to, so I've just committed to all of them.
I looked at YouTube. We have to have 1,000 followers and 1,000 listening hours to monetize.
So what I'm hearing is that we're 1% of the way there.
1% of the way there of making money.
We're so close.
I can taste it.
Well, once our triangle trick takes off, we'll get there in no time.
Trick.
Triangle trick, because you start here, and then it comes down here.
And then there's also, and if you turn it like this,
it's still a
the
triangle.
side becomes the top.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what else you would call that. Because, again, it's not a 3-dimensional shape. It's 2-dimensional.
I didn't realize you were a wizard.
Like Doctor Strange.
Like Doctor Strange.
Who was not in Iron Man.
Fun fact, Doctor Strange. Fun fact, and I don't know if any of you knew this, no other superhero is in
Except
Iron Man.
War Machine. But again, he gets recast, so even then, no.
Yeah, but he's not there. They made a nod at it. He's
Yeah,
like,
he's
not
like,
today.
maybe next time.
Maybe next time.
And everyone in the audience is like, oh, they're going to make another.
Oh, they're
That's
gonna do
cool.
it.
But then they changed the game. What happened? Did you stay for after the credits?
Oh, I said because you knocked on my door at the credits. You're like, and I said, leave me alone. I have to watch something.
And then at the end credits, you're like, whoa, what's going on? Because everyone used to stay and just see all the people's names that worked really hard on movies.
Yeah, but most people just left, so I'm imagining not many people saw this.
Well, that was the thing. Like, there were some people that was like, did you stay after? I'm like, why would I stay after the credits? I was in 8th grade.
Why would I do that?
Also, I didn't see movies. So I actually did stay after because I didn't see movies at the regular theater. I saw them at the Dollar Theater.
Oh.
And they only came to the Dollar Theater. So, like, if it was at the Dollar Theater, it was going to come out on DVD in, like, a week or two. And so me and my mom used to go to the movies at the Dollar Theater. Yeah, I'm not afraid to admit. Me and my mom used to go to the movies together.
You and your mom?
Yeah.
You didn't go with any friends in 8th grade? To go
Nope,
see movies?
I went with my mom.
Okay.
My mom was my friend. My mom didn't like any of my 8th grade friends. They were all degenerates and hooligans.
So
remember our Mario Kart episode where I said we would go into abandoned houses? It was that group of friends in 8th grade.
Yeah.
And so my mom was like, oh, you're not allowed to hang out with them outside of school. You want to go see Iron Man? And I was like,
Yeah.
we did. But I already knew to stay after. But some people didn't. So like they're like, you stay after the credits? People are like, why on earth
Idiot,
would I stay to see all those names?
But back then, did a lot of people? I mean, I know viewers know the Marvel universe because of comics, but did they know Shield? Did they know
Yes.
Avengers? Were people pumped about that? Because if I watched this in 8th grade when it came out, I would have no.
Yeah, people were...
end credit scene, I would have been like, I don't know what that means.
People were excited. Yeah, people knew. Because again, when I talked about these are the B-list character, but again, B-list characters in one of the most popular comic franchises is still
so
a big
it's interesting to me that they took a chance on Iron Man, but they were smart enough to know if it is successful, we're setting up the long run.
Mm-hmm.
And I find that very impressive that they had.
They caught lightning in a bottle, man.
But they must have known. Why else would you set up? Was the plan to go make it to the Avengers at this point?
The plan was to see if this worked. Again, this movie shouldn't have worked. Do you want to go over why?
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. was a recovering drug addict, alcoholic.
Yeah.
Like, no one in Hollywood wanted to give him a chance. He obviously barely in actors' terms. He still made more money than you and I would make in a year, probably.
Well, sure.
But in terms of actors, he barely made anything off this first one. The producers were like, we want anyone but Downey. And
they didn't want him.
No, Jon Favreau was like, it's him. Because, like, this is the redemption story. Like, we're going to redeem this actor that went through all of this, just like how Tony Stark is this redeemed person.
That's interesting. So his name must have been floating around. Everyone was like, no, but Jon Favreau was like,
I have others that the producers wanted.
Oh, yeah, let's hear it. Well, I know Tom Cruise was probably one, right?
Tom Cruise was one. But also, there was, like, talks of an Iron Man movie since, like, the 90s. Like, they were trying to make an Iron Man movie for a while.
But do you know if they knew the track they were setting out to?
And I think
or
not.
do you think
I
were
think
just
this was
like,
the gamble.
Let's
This
just see
was
what happens.
I think this was roll the dice. If it works,
But surely
works.
they had somewhat of a plan. They're like, if this works, we
They
know
did
the
this
trajectory
to
of where
see,
we're going.
like, is this gonna work? Like, would
it's
people do
possible.
this? Because we got this, then we got the Hulk movie, and then it was Iron Man 2. It wasn't like Hulk, then another character. It was Hulk, then Iron Man, which we know people came and saw.
But it's interesting to me they set up the Avengers and then did the Hulk and then another Iron Man. They didn't jump to another superhero.
They were scared, man.
But why? They already set up the
work.
Avengers.
People didn't like Hulk. Hulk didn't do very well.
I wonder
Robert Downey shows up in Hulk, the Hulk movie.
During the movie or at the end?
At the end. Not like
the very
credit,
end,
but like really close to the end. He's like, hey,
I
want to
remember
talk
this.
to you about your little Hulk problem. And everyone was like, remember Iron Man when Nick Fury showed up?
You know what's funny? So I never saw Iron Man. And I remember seeing that in theaters and I was like, I don't understand. I knew it was important because of how it was set up, but I was like, I don't get.
You don't get, like, why is
the
this
importance.
why
Well,
is
that
this
makes
a
sense
thing?
now. That makes sense.
All right. Iron Man. Timothy Olyphant. He's in Mandalorian. You wouldn't know him from that. He's the guy that is wearing the Boba Fett armor at first.
Oh, okay.
But then he's not Boba Fett. Okay. Sam Rockwell, who is in Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He got the role in Iron Man 2 because the audition was almost Iron Man.
Sam Rockwell is married to the reporter in Iron Man.
Wild.
That's accurate, right?
I don't know. You'd have to look that up. Look it up.
Look it up.
This next one is going to surprise you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You're not. You're not ready.
I'm not ready.
Hugh Jackman.
What?
Turned it down.
Wow.
Turned it down because he was offered the role, but he said, I'm already committed to the X-Men movies, and he's like, if I do more than one hero, it's going to get lost in translation.
Well, that was smart of him.
I didn't know Hugh Jackman got offered and turned down Iron Man.
Yeah. Sorry. Leslie Bibb,
who
is the reporter in Iron Man, is married to Sam Rockwell.
All right.
How about that?
More Iron Mans.
Dude, look how much taller she is than him.
There's hope.
There's hope.
Again, remember what we talked about earlier. Even if you're taller than Aaron, call in.
Call in.
We're okay with it.
We're taking calls.
If you're okay with it. If you're not okay with it, don't call in.
Me?
No, the ladies that are taller than you.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage.
Nick Cage.
Nick Cage.
That would have been a terrible casting.
That would have been amazing. I would have watched it. Leonardo DiCaprio.
No.
He was probably more when they were doing it in the 90s. He was a big name.
Yeah, but there's no way he would take a chance on a movie like that.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. Honestly, it sounds like Robert Downey Jr. was perfect because it was a risky movie. And
risky acting choice.
He was like, I have nothing else. This is it.
Yep.
Good for him.
And again, yeah, if this didn't do well, it's like, what would he have been? But that's the thing, like, this guy was redeemed. Like, he's now clean, this huge star, because of this one movie. It was all a roll of the dice.
I want to know how Jon Favreau got the directing job on this.
Because we're about to talk about that. Do you want to know the 2 movies Jon Favreau directed before this?
What's that?
The 2 movies he directed. Zathura, the weird Jumanji.
Oh, yeah.
In space.
Yeah.
Jumanji in space, and Elf.
He directed Elf right before this.
He directed Elf in 2003, Zathura in 2005, a few episodes of some TV shows, and Iron Man in 2008.
Dude, this movie was a throwaway.
Right? This was a... If this doesn't work, it's fine. Whatever. Because this is the time they were swinging and missing. Spider-Man 3 missed. People didn't like it. The Fantastic Four movies, people really didn't care. We were at a point people didn't really care about the X-Men movies anymore.
Was this the first one that Paramount put out?
Yeah, because the rest are Fox.
So that's interesting. So Paramount had the IP and said, let's do it. It could suck, but we're going to take a chance.
Because at this point, people were like... It was DC was winning at this point because people loved the Christopher Nolan Batmans. Because Dark Knight was this time as well. Granted, I think Dark Knight was better than this movie, but Dark Knight's one of the best films.
I'm still curious how Jon Favreau got the job. Look up.
We give it a goog.
I'm curious if what was that movie called? Zathura. Production company, or I should do distribution company.
Maybe the writers really liked Elf.
They said, "Wow, I can picture." Let's see. Oh, it doesn't say distribution.
Jon Favreau originally thought an unknown actor should get the role of Tony Stark. Oh.
Vamp. We're losing people.
I want to get with ya
and take your
picture.
Even white boys gotta shout. Ow! Production company. This is Sony. Sony Entertainment.
It was funded. Marvel put it.
Columbia Pictures.
They just gave it to him. They were like, we don't really care. I'm not reading that from a source. That's what happened.
Yeah, but I just want to know the back room. And Kevin
Cavaccini
Fighiaghi?
Figaro.
Fig Leaf. Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
What was he doing before this?
Let's find out.
He's probably a Paramount somebody. Dude, these people struck gold, man.
It's true. This is gold because this is huge.
But
and now it's like a money-making machine.
This movie is not as good as some of the other, in my opinion. I mean,
as some of the other Marvel movies.
Well, yeah.
I mean, this was the first one.
Well, I guess I just mean all super.
Okay, so he's just been doing Marvel stuff. Because he was an associate producer, executive producer
on Spider-Man,
co-producer.
So he's
been Marvel stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so that's how he got his.
He's a little Marvel boy. He's an actor in something. He's an actor in The Simpsons.
The Simpsons.
Wow.
That says 2020 though.
Yeah, so it's probably after he got very famous.
Because Jon Favreau started out as an actor.
Yeah. And then he directed Elf. Which was also crazy. There's a documentary on Elf you should watch.
I know, I need to watch that. Do I have a necklace on? No, it's this.
Do I have a necklace on? Forgot what I was wearing.
So, a little off topic here, but what else?
Off topic?
What else has Jon Favreau directed within the MCU? Nothing, right?
Iron Man 2.
So he directed that and then nothing else.
Not in the MCU. The plan was to give him Avengers. But then when they realized it was gonna happen, they like made these crazy changes to Iron Man 2. He had a lot of freedom in the first Iron Man, but in the second one, they were like, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to set up this.
Sounds about right.
And so he's like, don't worry about it. And then he made the Chef movie, which is supposed to be like we talked about this last time.
We talked about this on the podcast?
I think so. The Chef movie is supposed to be an allegory, so we're repeating. We gotta.
I don't know. Are we? I'm scared.
New topic. Flip phones made me feel really old.
Yeah,
in my notes.
When I saw that.
All right, now here's with the flip phone scene. I picture that Jeff Bridges just wanted to be shirtless, and they were like, nobody wants to see that.
What scene are you talking about?
When he after the presentation, he's like talking to him on the phone, and Jeff Bridges is in bed just shirtless, like, hey, Tony, and I was like, who wanted that? Who was like,
why?
Oh, give me some shirtless Bridges, yes,
because after that or before that, he's always dressed like to
in
a
his
T,
suit,
like
in his suit.
perfect.
But I've got more random Bridges content from this. How funny was it when he was angry on that Segway? He came riding the Segway like, I'm pissed.
Did they think in 2008 that just looked
Segways were cool? Because I love that everyone else was walking around, but Bridges coming in on the Segway, Paul Bart Mall Cop looking.
If some jabroni segued up to me and
with the cigar in his mouth,
I'd be like,
he segued up with the cigar and went, hey, Tony, fuck you. And got back on the Segway.
Dude, but 2008, man, that's
Segways are cool. Segways are cool. Listeners, if you think Segways are cool, call in.
Now, okay.
Segway content.
If someone offered me a Segway, I would not turn it down.
What would you do for a Segway?
Oh, we won't get...
Listeners, tell us what you would do for a Segway.
We have a friend. The friend, if you're listening, the offer still stands.
He would do a lot for a Segway.
He would do a lot.
A lot.
For a Segway. I won't
if
tell
you can think of it, he would do it.
But he would do it. And honestly, nowadays they're not that expensive. I mean, they're expensive, but not what he's willing to do expensive.
Not what he's willing to do with it. Also, some more just Jeff Bridges content that makes me laugh in this. When he has the pizza, he's like, I brought you some pizza. And Iron Man's like, yeah, I'm gonna have some pizza. And he goes, no more pizza for you. You know, are you gonna have some pizza? You have some slice of pizza.
But no more.
Shrek. But that scene has always made me laugh. Even when I was a kid, he's like, you want some pizza? No pizza. You can have a little bit of pizza. I was like, why? Who? I picture he just brought his own props. He's like, I'm going to be shirtless in this scene. I want my Segway in this scene. And then I want to bring pizza.
I'm surprised he did this movie. Because he's a big name. And it's a risky movie. I mean, it could totally have flopped.
Yeah, but he got to have pizza.
They'd be shirtless.
So, Jeff Bridges is the epitome of the teacher that's going to threaten to take away the pizza party at the end of the school year. Be like, if you don't get in your seats,
I swear to God,
I'm going to take away the pizza party. Remember the pizza party that was hyped up all year? And you got a thin slice and a flat Coke, and you were like, this is what we've been... But as a kid, I loved it. I was like, pizza party! But whenever she threatened, like Jeff Bridges, you want no pizza. Then she's like, no more pizza party. It's gone. You're like,
oh my God, what have I done?
And she's like, you can have a little bit of pizza.
Okay, we can have a little bit. Probably because she was like, I just want to get these kids off.
I want to get these kids to shut up. Some more fun, just Jeff Bridges. I love when he yells at the guy. Well, Tony Stark built this in a cave.
Oh, yeah.
What about the scratch? I want to overreact to things like that, too.
That guy, his cul-de-sac, his balding cul-de-sac, I want you to go watch it again. It's too perfect. It looks like someone shaved that into the top of his head. Is he one of your favorite
characters? He comes back.
Does he really?
The guy that he yells at?
The scientist?
Yeah.
He comes back?
He's in Spider-Man.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Why?
He's the guy. He's just one of the ones that helps make Mysterio.
That same actor. Yes. Same character? Yes. Within the Marvel Universe, he's the same scientist character. How do you know it's him?
They do a flashback because they're like... Because in Spider-Man Far From Home, it's a bunch of angry Stark employees. And it's like, well, why are you mad at Tony Stark? And it does a flashback with him getting yelled at. Tony Stark built this in a cave.
It shows that scene?
Yes.
No way. Is he balding?
Yes, because he's balding. And he's always balding.
I don't know. It looked too perfect. I thought he shaved it. But, man, they brought him back.
They brought it back.
I'm surprised he was like...
He was like...
I mean, I would do it. I'm surprised he's still around. How long?
You thought he died?
I thought he was dead.
It's only like 10 years between these movies. It's not like 50 years went by. They got the same guy in 50 years.
Man, that's a good
I hope Jeff Bridges comes back.
Oh man!
To yell that Tony Stark built this in a cave.
What? Oh, does he die? No, he just topples over.
He just falls
That's
over.
the last time we see him.
Over.
Do they ever mention him ever again?
No. That's a bad problem they have with the villains in these movies. They just disappear.
I didn't think about that.
And that was dead? I had a theory about Endgame for a while. My theory in Endgame was they were gonna go break into a prison and release all the villains to help fight Thanos again.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
I thought, because yeah, he could have. Most of them don't die. There's some that die. There's one guy in Captain America that just jumps around everywhere. He just jumps. He does leaps. But then they kill him in that Captain America show, I'm pretty sure. They like blow up his helicopter.
There's a Captain...
Falcon show, sorry. He becomes Captain America at the end. Spoiler alert.
Oh, dude.
You haven't seen that show. Alright, more Iron Man content. More things I noticed.
Content.
Yeah, just taking away the pizza party. Him just overreacting and yelling. I want to yell at somebody like that.
You can yell at me like that.
Tony Stark built this in a cave!
You can't...
With a box of scraps!
You can't grope me.
That guy didn't go to HR. He should have gone to HR. Well, but you know what would have happened in HR? It would have just been Jeff Bridges in a wig. He would have turned around and all in a skirt. Well, did Tony Stark build it in a cave with the box of scraps?
Did he? Did he, Mr. Scientist?
I think he did. So he's not... Jeff Bridges is wrong. His name's Obadiah Stane in the movie, by the way.
The scientist? Or
no, Jeff Bridges.
Obadiah?
Obadiah.
What a name. Obadiah.
I have more notes for you.
Give them to me, baby.
Coulson, the guy, like the S.H.I.E.L.D. agent.
Yeah.
Is like the guy that's trying to tell you about your car's extended warranty the whole movie. He just pops up.
Hey,
like someone walks by and he goes,
"Hey, excuse me. Do you have a second to talk about your car's extended warranty?"
He just comes up.
"Hey, do you want to know about S.H.I.E.L.D.? I want to tell you about S.H.I.E.L.D."
Dude, talk about a lucky ass actor. He has what? 4 lines in that movie?
And
he ends up getting a show.
Shrek.
Dude.
Yeah, but how does he get a show? What happens first? He dies.
He dies?
In Avengers. Loki killed him.
Oh, I don't remember that.
And they clone him. I don't know. I didn't watch the S.H.I.E.L.D. show. I guess I'm not a real fan.
Yeah, and you call yourself a fan?
Yeah. Well, I've tried. I tried to watch season 1, and I was like, I'm just going to watch the movies.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Iron Man, No Way Home.
Iron guy.
Ironclad.
Was it a Burger King burger that he was eating?
Yes.
In the Burger King plug. Do you think they had like the Iron Burger?
In 2008?
Yeah. Be like, oh, in sponsorship with Iron Man, get the Iron Burger.
Get your Iron Burger.
Extra iron sauce.
Iron sauce.
Extra Stark juice. Stark sauce.
Stark juice? Dude. Do you know what Stark juice is?
What's Stark juice?
I can't explain it on our podcast.
Should I look it up?
Yeah, look up Stark juice.
Is it spelled like Tony Stark?
I'm sure it's not a thing. I'm just thinking of Tony Stark's semen.
Oh, there is a thing called Stark juice. It's just organic juices.
Stark juice.
Stark juice.
I think we found the name of our podcast.
Stark. It's already taken. Stark juice.
No, the episode.
Stark juice. No, because I've got a better one. Do you know the scene where Pepper's like shoving her hands?
Oh,
and she touches the side and it buzzes? I was like, do you think they made an Iron Man Operation tie-in game? Where it's just Iron Man with the big res. Because I was like, this is just
Wait, so
like
there's
Operation.
Only one hole?
There's only one giant hole. You're like, Did you ever play Operation?
I hated that game. It scared
me. I lost
shit
so
out
many
of
the pieces. I just lost them and I was like, I guess we're just going to play without that piece.
Oh, I thought you meant none of the pieces. Then you shouldn't even play.
None of the pieces. Yeah, but I felt like sometimes the battery would almost dead, so it'd be like, and then it'd get knocked into place. Ah! And you're like, why do you do that?
You know what was worse? Did you play the game where you set a timer?
Oh, and they shot out? You had to pull them out? What was that game called?
Pull them out and put it in, and it would just jump and shoot up. I hated that, man.
I never had the game, but I remember the commercials for it.
It scared me.
That game is the reason our generation has anxiety. I have to put the ball in. So much We're going again. Run it back. Fucking shit.
Dude, I could only play that once.
Yeah, no, I never had that one. I was just in the Walmart playing the Bop-Its. I never owned a Bop-It, but I played the fuck out of them in the store.
Covered the halls.
Yeah,
Bop
I was
it.
like, Bop It. The workers were like, "Sir, you've been playing with the Bop-It for 4 hours. Twist it, pull it." But and then sometimes they made weird Bop-Its. It's like this Bop-It, you have to sing in it. And I was like, "Oh man, I'm just here to twist it and pull it, man.
No, I just want to twist.
I'm here to twist, flick, spin, and pull."
Are we talking about Bop It, or are we talking about?
Well, that's up for you and the audience.
Oh.
All right, I have a very important question to ask you.
Ask.
Would you rather have the reporter girl or Gwyneth Paltrow? The reporter girl that's married to Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell.
Or Gwyneth Paltrow.
Talladega Nights girl. Gwyneth.
Really?
I thought she was very good looking.
I'd rather she was good looking, but I'd rather have the reporter girl.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That doesn't surprise me out of you. But here's the thing.
That doesn't surprise me out of you.
Here's the thing. We did get a note that we should not refer to women by. Hold on. Let me get.
Oh, that's right.
I'll look up Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell's wife.
Sam Rockwell's wife. Libby.
Sam Rockwell.
Leslie Bibb.
Leslie Bibb.
Gwyneth and Leslie.
Leslie Bibb.
Leslie seems like a one-night stand.
How dare you say that about Leslie?
Movie.
Oh, well, in the movie, absolutely. In the movie,
he.
I think he had sex with every woman in this movie.
Oh yes.
Not Downey. Tony Stark. Like there's
no,
women.
Let's be clear. Robert also.
He was married.
Is he married now?
Susan Downey.
Who the heck is that?
His wife.
Currently?
Yeah.
No.
Look it up. Susan Downey.
Okay, can I say something about Gwyneth?
Yeah.
She was way too hot to be an assistant and he never noticed her. This was stupid. He noticed her at the gala.
Because she wore that beautiful dress.
That's the first time he was like, huh, she is good looking.
Oh, no.
There's
sexual tension.
The whole movie.
There's sexual tension because before he's like, it's your birthday? I knew that. And they were flirting. And I was like, y'all have made out before. Don't even lie.
There's a rule amongst people that you should not get an assistant that is smoking hot. Because
I don't have an
odds
assistant.
are.
What if...
Let's see.
Susan Downey.
But what is... Oh, he also married Deborah Falconer from 1992 to 2004. Susan Downey.
Susan Downey. His wife. They're in love.
She looks much younger. She is 48. He is 57.
57.
Not as bad as I thought.
Yeah.
Do you think that when our podcast becomes hugely famous, I could get someone
younger than
15 years younger than me?
Yeah. Well, when do you want that? Because if we do it right now, I'm gonna have to quit the podcast. Can we get big in 15 years and then yes, that's fine.
Yeah.
But you don't want it now, right?
You don't know what I want.
Listeners, I want you to guess how old we are, and he wants someone 15 years younger than him.
Oh yeah, no.
You gotta do the math?
Yeah, sorry.
Like, hold on.
Yeah, no.
Huh.
No, not even 10. Not even 10.
Not even 10. 5.
Yeah, 5. I could do 5.
5. Yeah.
5 years younger. 5 years younger.
5.
Not
You
not
are
5 years of age.
You're on
I
thin
am digging
ice.
a hole here. But thank God no one is listening to us at this point.
No, they're still listening.
No, our average view hours on YouTube is like 10 minutes.
You're like 10 minutes.
Does that discourage you from
No, I'm going to keep talking.
going to an hour?
No, not even slightly.
But I know some people do listen to the end.
Yeah.
And if you're still listening,
thanks. You get a special surprise. We're going to read your comments. So you wrote in, and we are listening, so I'm going to read them now. There we go.
I've been flicking them off this whole time. Is that what we want?
Yes.
Is that what you wanted?
Yes, that's exactly what I wanted. All right. So here's here are comments from the listeners. Questions from the listeners.
Oh, these are questions. Is it for both of us?
Yes.
Okay. I'm ready.
Aaron.
Yeah.
I noticed you have some leftover Panera bread in the fridge. Are you ever going to eat that, or should we just throw it out? That's a great question, listeners. Wow. Killer question. How do you want to answer that? They wrote that in.
What? Great question. Who wrote that in?
I didn't keep the names.
I just wanted to refer to them by name. That's a great question. Thank you so much for your question.
It's a great question.
Was the question if they could eat it? What was the question?
At this point, I think they just want to throw it out because it's been in there for so long.
You can throw it out. You can throw it out. I don't think I've ever eaten at Panera Bread. So if I have, it's probably been 2.5 years.
That's some old Panera bread.
That's some old Panera Bread.
We got another one.
Yeah.
Aaron, they say that you're pretty much a pretty selfish lover. How do you defend those claims?
That's a great question. Who asked this question?
I didn't write down the usernames. I just pulled it from the comments.
They are they just saying whether it's true or false, or just how do I want to respond?
How do you want to respond to the claims that you are a selfish lover?
I just need to know a little bit more on what they mean because I can neither confirm nor deny on that.
Okay.
For legal. Perfect.
This next question is also for you.
How come there are no questions for you?
I don't know. I'm just reading from the paper.
Yeah, you're just reading from the paper.
Yeah. Aaron, I noticed you haven't liked any Marvel movie that you guys have watched so far. Do you think that maybe you just don't like superhero movies?
That's a great question. Thanks for calling in, writing in. We've only watched 3 Marvel movies, and there are a lot more out there. So instead of writing me in stupid questions, why don't you ask smarter questions?
We got to keep the listeners 10 subscribers.
That was a great question. I like Marvel.
Good answer.
Good answer. Good answer.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have today for comments in. That's all the time.
But keep commenting in.
Keep commenting in. I'll read them off.
Yeah, read them off. I don't have any questions for you.
Well, I was the one that pulled the comments.
Why are you such a bitch? Can I say bitch? Iron Man, the Ironclad.
The Ironclad. Throughout this movie, they keep referring to S.H.I.E.L.D. by its full name, and they're like, you gotta name that. But in later subsequent movies, they've already developed the acronym S.H.I.E.L.D. And throughout the movie, Coulson goes, yeah, we're working on a new name. But in later movies, they're like, yeah, they helped found S.H.I.E.L.D. And they called it S.H.I.E.L.D.
So they knew.
So
it's a little...
Yeah, so they didn't know it was going to take off.
What does it stand for?
Strategic Homeland Intelligence...
Something Division.
Legal Division. Edible Legal Division. Let's make up other bad acronyms for S.H.I.E.L.D. Slutty.
First, I gotta know how to spell S.H.I.E.L.D. S.H.I.E.L.D.
What's it stand for?
Is a fictional espionage, special law enforcement, and counterterrorism agency appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics, created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. In Strange Tales number 135, it often deals with paranormal and superhuman threats to international security. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here, folks.
Did you say what it stood for?
No, I did not, because it wasn't in there.
The one thing I asked you to do. Can you not follow simple? Oh, look, another question from our listeners. Aaron, why can't you follow simple fucking instructions?
The acronym originally stood for Supreme Headquarters, International Espionage and Law Enforcement Division. It was changed in 1991 to Strategic Hazard Intervention Espionage Logistics Directorate? Within various films set in Marvel Cinematic Universe, as well as multiple animated and live-action television shows, the backronym the backronym. What is a backronym?
You're on Wikipedia. I guess someone edited it.
Stands for Strategic Homeland Intervention Enforcement and Logistics Division. I think that's the one that was in the movie. But it has several different meanings. Disambiguation. What does that word mean? Anyway, I'm not a scientist, so I don't know what those words mean.
But earlier you were talking about medicine and metal in your heart like you were a
Yeah,
scientist.
Iron Man's whole medical thing does not make sense in this movie. It makes no sense at all. And I understand it's Marvel, so we're just going to turn our eye and not care. But if we're considering what film is, we should consider the details. So, Marvel...
Where'd you learn so much about medicine? Scrubs.
I'm no Superman. Should we end this?
I hope we end on I'm no Superman.
That's all I got on Iron Man.
Any more thoughts on Iron Man?
No,
the end credit scene was wild.
What do you mean it was wild?
Nick Fury Samuel L. Jackson showed up.
Wild was not the word I would use. The only thing that is impressive...
I'm sorry that you saw this 15 years after it came out and went, that's not even that cool. Sorry that you weren't there when it started.
I know, I guess I...
Jon Favreau built that in a cave with a box of scraps.
You got it. You finally were able to do it. All right, that's all I got.
That's all my notes. I'm
going
pretty
home.
sure. Go home, you're drunk.
I'm drunk, man.
Coulson is literally, if you ever wanted to think, what's the extended car warranty as a person and a character, it is Phil Coulson. Because he shows up in other movies and he's like, excuse me, hey, did you look at your car's extended warranty?
Excuse me, do you remember about
I don't even know what
Sheila?
that means. When they call me, I go, what does that mean?
Who are you?
How did you get this number?
I talk to him a lot of the times.
Do you?
Yeah. I'm so...
Whenever I get texts from bots or like fake people, I reply.
I got a text yesterday or 2 days ago. It was just a picture of a naked girl. No text.
Just like
just a picture of a naked girl.
I get those a lot, and it's like, what? One time I got one, and it was like, "Hey, are you Chad from Tinder? We never met up." And I'm like, "No." And she's like, "Well, do you want to talk?" And I was like, "No, I don't." She goes, "Haha, that's so funny." And at one point, I was like, "I'm literally a serial killer," and she's like, "Haha, LOL, you're so funny, you're so random," and then proceeds to, like, talk to me.
Well, see, that's what I haven't engaged in those. But this one had no text.
Yeah, it's a naked...
It was just a naked...
That wasn't meant for you.
That's what I'm thinking, but who accidentally sends...
Maybe she meant to type... Maybe she was typing in a number and hit the wrong number.
You do not send a nude picture to someone that's not in your contacts.
Maybe you don't. Maybe that's why you're still single.
No, you never send a nude photo to a number that's not already...
You never send a nude photo. Period.
Or listeners
Abstinence.
call in. Oh, I didn't realize that's where we're going with this. Anyway, pick up your DVD of Iron Man at your local Blockbuster.
Do you not agree with abstinence?
You can get all the DVD features, which include some hilarious outtakes and some deleted and extended scenes. Which
Robert Downey Jr. does a fart. Comedy.
Who says does a fart?
Robert Downey Jr. at one point just, I am Iron Man.
But you would say Robert Downey Jr. farts. You wouldn't say Downey does a fart.
I like that even more. Downey does fart.
Downey does a fart.
Downey does fart.
We should write a children's book called Downey Does a Fart.
Downey does fart. Downey does a fart. And it's teaching kids that it's okay to fart. Did you ever get embarrassed by a fart when you were younger?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You have some doozies. Remember the one, like, you were... Because the chairs in school are plastic, so you're like, I don't think it's gonna be too loud. You know, it's gonna be quiet, and all of a sudden, you're like,
the whole classroom's like, what?
the whole class shook. Teacher's like, is everybody okay?
My God,
is that an earthquake?
Is everyone okay? Anyway, Robert Downey Jr. does a fart in our extended edition. It's more real than ever. No CGI.
No CGR. Because it wasn't a thing. Where does it say no CGI?
Oh, I'm talking about the fart. The fart is live.
Oh!
Real life.
Real farts.
It's real.
Real farts.
Dude, we can't. Our podcast can't get to the point where we're talking about farts. It just can't. I refuse.
Yeah, until you name the episode Iron Man Does a Fart. And the thumbnail's just it's literally this, except it's fart. It's yellow or green instead of that.
And the beauty about that is they have to listen all the way through this to
That's
understand.
gonna force listeners to listen to the whole episode. I'm gonna trick them. All right.
Brilliant.
So let's go ahead. We're gonna sign off.
We're gonna start out. Hey, if you really are, put a suggestion in the comments
What you want to see?
that you want to see, even if it's people that we know. Like, it doesn't have to be someone random, but someone that we know. Just put something.
Write in what you want to see. We'll make content for you. And tune in later this week. We are gonna do a watching of the She-Hulk trailer.
Ooh, live.
Live.
Well, no,
and
not live, but recorded.
Recorded, not
Live.
live.
Our live reactions
live.
watching it.
And the trailer's already out. But we're gonna watch it. We're gonna tell you how we feel. It's gonna be much shorter. If you'd rather short content, we're gonna do a test to see if you like short or long content.
If you like short or long. Goodbye.
Iron Man.
Oh, sorry.
And most importantly, everybody go shuck yourselves.
I don't know how to turn off.
Yeah, he doesn't. I'm always turned on. You just press the stop button.
Stop, stupid.